dress, looking fabulous. Yeah, my necktie, matching cufflinks. We so classy. Tell me what you're drinking on. I'll pay this time. Relax, unwind. It's about that time. See if your heart in love like mine. Or did it hurt you so bad your love's unkind? I wanna see what you're feeling. Oh, don't disguise your feelings. In the name of love, girl, you deserve a man that'll fight for ya, make everything alright for ya. You deserve a man. That boy you gave a chance, he wasn't a man. He don't understand that. You deserve a man. Girl, you deserve a man that'll fight for ya, make everything alright for ya. You deserve a man. That boy you gave a chance, he wasn't a man. He don't understand that. You deserve a man. We've broke the ice, it's only right we keep dancing. When I pull you near, tell me what you want, I'll make it happen. Round two, my love, I rent a tab this time. Relax, unwind, it's about that time. See if your heart in love like mine. Like mine. Did it hurt you so bad your love's unkind? I wanna see what you're feeling. Yeah. Makeup on. Don't disguise your feelings. Girl, you deserve a man that'll fight for ya, make everything alright for ya. You deserve a man. That boy you gave a chance, he wasn't a man. He don't understand, baby. Yeah. Girl, you deserve no, a we man don't. That'll fight for ya, no, make we everything don't. Alright for ya. You deserve a man. That boy you gave a chance, he wasn't a man. He don't understand. He don't understand. He don't understand. You need a man.
Sexy lady, can't wait to be with you tonight. I'm intoxicated by your energy. You drive me crazy. I'm feeling the vibe and it's alright. We're gonna dance and groove all night between the sheets. So come on, baby, yeah, yeah. Gonna make it alright. Gonna make it alright. Party all night, oh yeah. Party all night, oh yeah. Move your body tonight. Move your body tonight, baby. Oh yeah. Oh, oh yeah. Oh, your body's amazing. Baby, you're perfect in every way. Let me kiss you, touch you, set your spirit free. Can you feel me? Going deeper, baby. Hiding inside your world is where I wanna be. Yeah. We can touch the sky. Then I realize that you're the one for me. Inside your love, our love is from above. Only you and me between the sheets, baby. You're the one for me. Ooh, I'm deep inside your love. Our love is from above. Only you and me between the sheets. We're gonna make it alright. We're gonna party all night. Gonna love you all night long. Sky. Oh,
Hello? Yes, I'm in the back room. Oh, no, I just see YouTube. I don't see anything else. Okay. All right, cool. Thank you. All right.
Between being a genius and insane, God, immortal. Yeah. Every minute I fight with lethargy, striving to be godly with an intelligence quotient that exceeds numerology. Scholar body honorary, school of prophet alum, anthropomorphized lessons so I could become the heartbeat of righteousness. The everyday fight to pump the blood of kings and breathe the breath of life. Moving up like Confederates and Yankee territories in the 17th century. But it's a thin line between divinity and iniquity. The Mason-Dixon hitting and complacent decisions can't escape the collision. Time be idle like Billy, party like a rock star, fall like that girl that used to endorse Trim Spa or Nirvana's lead vocalist, the clientele of the dream merchant like Mr. Chappelle. People think I'm sick in the mind and leave the comforts of Babylon behind and book flights on airlines to Africa. Traveling the globe, accomplishing goals like Ronaldinho. The victim of a level 12 quake, I rise through the wreckage, repairing brain damage and striving for perfection. Your mind can be your worst antagonist or a true pal, and you shall become legendary and futile. Decisions of a god in training on a daily basis. I nap purposely, trying to escape it. The thin line between the mastermind and the man of the master. Which one are you after? The thin line between being a legend and being the captive. Which one are you after? The thin line between a mastermind and a man of the master. Which one are you after? The thin line between being a god and being the captive. Which one are you after? Get free or rot in the industry. Babylon, the great machine, runs off solar energy. Souls power the engine. We empower our enemies.
My observation is always that basically, in terms of the American economy, the recording industry.
Down 49th, up to 35th, down to 83rd, up north, out west, and back. Like it's your story on the page, life on the line, or oratory on the stage. Like you are the good, bad, and ugly. If just us, sorry, you'd have to love me all the way. Hey, Money Gang when our Lost Boys on Dreg side. Willie Faye with a small spot on the left eye. Dog Days, Lord of the Flies, and Death Cries. Come labor, all the shotters in that set died. That summer my house then had the trash fires. The dog found a rat carcass in the quagmire. Wifey warned, don't park the new whip there at night. But she out of town, I'm in the stew till the track tied up. Seen like I conjured goosebumps, Blackstein stuff. Wonder if my unborn child heard his mama screaming. I'm coaching her and these boys on how to calm their breathing. She on the phone from Mexico with our son in vitro. Just take my shit so I can watch my seed grow. Damn, like you know what I've been through in this stretch. Proving the rep, moving some steps, doing the best. Like if you knew the real jewels you could fetch. Life flows through this pen. Oops, there's a catch. Dead in the eye, basing my voice on grown-up shit. There's pitching high. Yo, spray that popo, get it over with. Whoa, just get the bag and be about your business. You'll be the one committing murder. They'll just be your witness.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to the green side of things. It's your man Sadeek.
And Cassiopeia.
Hey, what's going on out there? And we are here today. It is Tuesday.
Turn up, baby.
Yeah, the club is going up on a Tuesday. We got our man in the production booth, Ron Rilla. What's up, Ron?
What's going on, y'all?
Holla at the people, boy.
Happy Tuesday, my people.
Hey, that's our man back there. Ron has got like certified. He the boss. You got to understand, he the boss. You notice that over the last couple of weeks, Ron's hand has gotten a little stronger. You know,
Just the title, man.
just a little tight. Ron be texting me like, hey, Sadeek, please get it together. And,
I'm sorry. My mind goes somewhere else when you start talking about individual hands getting strong. How's everybody else doing this morning? Have you guys
Lord
liked?
have mercy.
Have you liked?
We need you to like
Comment.
and share.
That thing.
We did already kicked it off. Cassie has already kicked it off. We need you to like, share, and comment, y'all. Invite some people around this lunch table. James Turner, we are here.
We're here. Hey, James.
Now look, we're gonna need you to comment all show. You cannot leave the room.
Hello.
All right. So we were trying to get it together. We're working on one graphic, but we in the room. We need you to come on with it, my brother. How are you, James? And the other people that are out there in the room. Who's in the room, Cassie? Who can you see?
Right now, I see James.
It's James.
Well, James is speaking. We got other people
Right, it's other people in the
watching,
room.
but they haven't commented. Go ahead and give us a comment. Shout a little hand up in there. Give us a hi, a hello. Tell us your opinion. How's the weather to you? How was your weekend? All that good stuff. And then also, I need you to do something else like. Okay, because I'm not seeing no likes yet. And again, share. Like these aren't, as again, I said this, it's not rhetoric.
Right.
We're not saying this because it's fun.
Right. We need you all to come on and
They're
let us
action
know.
items.
Right. Action. Like, comment, and share what's going on. So, Cassie, how was your weekend?
My weekend was beautiful. It was a little sad. My bonus daughters went back to, they had to leave and go back with their mom. And
I got it.
yeah, their family away from this place. And so, and then what was really sad, we had FaceTimed them later. And when Koya saw them on the FaceTime, she was like, upstairs, because she knows that they're usually in their room upstairs. Right. And she like, stairs. And then she was so upset, she just couldn't understand that they weren't physically here. So that was sad. That was sad.
I got it.
Yeah. So we missed them.
I got it. But other than that, it was a well-spent weekend.
Yeah. What about yours?
I'm going to be honest with you. I spent my weekend ducking deltas.
Who would want to duck a delta?
So, Ryan, I spent my whole weekend ducking the women of Delta Sigma Theta sorority.
But they're so
Incorporated.
devastating. So please explain.
They are devastating. All this. So they had a popcorn fundraiser. And I'm using my inside voice. Cassie knows this very because I called her like on Thursday and I was like, Cassie, please. I had people showing up in my timeline. And I was like, I didn't even know you were a Delta. They were like, you got to get some of this popcorn. So you know where I went.
Where did you go?
You know where I went.
Underground?
No, no, ma'am. You know what my number one question is.
Oh, is it vegan?
Is it vegan? And I only had one Delta out of the ones who asked me, who got back to me, is it vegan? Do you know who that one Delta was?
Can you guess, Ron?
Cassie.
Oh, yeah.
So, y'all, I had to break down and buy the popcorn because Cassie was like, yep, and it's two of them you can get.
It's two of them.
Not just one. So I got,
you got
the
two options out here.
I got the what was it? The pepper and something like that.
It was called Sergeant Pepper. I think.
Something. Yeah, it looked good. So
yeah, I
broke down. So I supported. So to all the ladies of DST who are out there, I supported. I supported the chapter.
This was phenomenal. So that, of course, was a big highlight of my weekend because we are a brand new chapter. Shout out to CMAC, Chicago Metropolitan Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated.
Yes, all of that.
Which I'm also a charter member of.
Okay, all right.
This is our first fiscal year, and we killed it. We broke the internet We broke the double good internet on fundraising. We had heard that there was a chapter out in Cali that had raised $100,000 in 4 days.
Did you kick them? What happened?
Yeah, in Delta Love, we did $141,000 plus.
Wow.
In fundraising. Within 4 days, we got, I think, like 300 members in our chapter. About 100 sorors was participating. And there's one, shout out to Sharina, who raised $8,000 by herself.
Gee, that's a lot of popcorn.
Yeah, and shout out to Matoya from Culture Clash, my BFF. She raised like $2,800 by herself. I did like $1,100.
Okay.
So yeah, and shout out to Kelly, really really close soror of mine. That's my Shireen to my Sydney.
Okay.
My Shireen to my Sydney. She was one of the co-chairs that put together this fundraiser, and yeah. So, and then T. McCann was killing them, I think, with over 5,000 in sales. So, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And what's really dope is that we get a chance to keep half of that. So we're getting about $71,000 that's going straight to scholarships and programming for our beautiful youth.
Got you. I'm glad I'm still
Chicago.
15. I want some. I'm finna show up. I'm shaving all the gray off. I'm gonna be like, I'm in high school.
So shout out to everybody who bought popcorn from me, including Brother Sadeek. I really appreciate you guys. Our youth are gonna love it. You all are helping to sow a secure foundation for our kids. You know what I'm saying? And being able to give them opportunities and to go to college and do what they need to do and contribute.
Yeah, so I just want to say, thank you. That's money, and I know that you all are do a great job with the resources as an organization in the community. But I just want to say thank you for going the extra mile.
Mm-hmm.
And because a lot of times people say, they're just like, whatever, don't buy. You know what I'm saying? But you went the extra mile, and I think that it's a great combination because I can stick within where I feel comfortable consuming a product and still give to the organization and still help impact the community.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was really, really dope. Somebody said, Kenya says the popcorn costs $2,000 a bag. Good stuff, ladies. Definitely the popcorn is not the cheapest.
It was not the cheap popcorn.
The cheapest popcorn is $16 for a bag, but they're like
$22 with shipping.
They're
Don't let them throw you with the 16.
They're family size bags. And then after that, a jar. So it's not like a little rinky dink.
You were spending a dub. The bottom was a dub.
Hey, this soror that raised the 8,000, Sharina. She had people that was definitely buying $2,000 worth. $500 worth, $1,000 worth. It was just like, wow. And you would get this little notification that said you got a unicorn. So anybody that purchased $200 or more from you gives you this little unicorn. So Soros was in there like, I want a unicorn.
So I want to be politically correct with this.
I'm listening.
Because this is how I felt. I already shared this with Cassie 3 days ago. CMAC, are you listening to me? Delta Sigma Theta. CMAC.
Yeah.
We are now placing you all in charge of freedom.
Oh. You hear that right? I'm listening. Explain.
Here's what I'm saying. If y'all can rate, the popcorn thing was so thick and so relentless and so well executed that we are now placing this chapter in the lead for the hunt for freedom. Because I believe if y'all can sell $140,000 worth of popcorn in 5 days, we can get our freedom by this summer. And I want to be free. And I recognize go-getters when I see it. So I'm placing, call me. You're a charter member. I need a meeting. with the CMAC board. I'm so serious about this.
I can't wait to bring Africa up. Because CMAC cracking up.
I need the CMAC board. I gotta holler at y'all because I'm placing y'all in charge of freedom. I told Kat I'm done.
Well, our founders got started, and the very first public service of my 22
I don't
founder.
listen.
Oh, you're gonna hear the story.
No, I don't want to hear the story.
You're gonna hear it.
I don't want to hear the story.
Marched in the women's suffrage march as our
Okay.
very first public service. So freedom is at the forefront and the start and the apex of the pyramid of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Okay? And
Okay,
let
great.
the record show.
Okay, great. Here's the new record. Just like y'all sold that popcorn, I want some freedom. Now, if you can't take the challenge up, it's like the old joke, Santa Claus show up and the brother was like, "Is any freedom in that bag, white man?" And so I'm asking the same thing. If y'all can sell $140,000 worth of popcorn, I'm putting y'all in charge of freedom. And we're gonna give updates. Just like I'm looking for racism at the palace, now I'm looking for freedom through Delta.
Through the Delta.
So I'm you know me, I'm gonna ask for the updates. So don't get squeamish.
Ain't nobody
And I
ain't
paid
nobody
into the
scared.
popcorn fund.
Ain't
Granted, it
nobody
was only a
scared.
dub,
Yeah, hello.
but I'm getting my
Right.
popcorn, and I want my $20 worth of freedom.
Listen, shout out Kelly is in the building. Kelly Kill, she said thank you, and she said to let him know.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. Tell me, teach me, but show me.
I'm here because we're both part of Divine Now organizations, and I often hear people talk about, so what do they do? They don't do nothing. All this and that. So I'm going to be here to tell the story and to celebrate because
Hey.
I know my sorors.
Yes, you can tell the story. Hey, listen,
Are
I still
phenomenal.
need you all, because we getting ready to bring Africa in a little bit. We need you to like, comment, and share. Facebook has been playing with our metrics, and they're going to stop playing with me.
Oh, listen.
Because I did, you know what? It was some people that I was sharing with before and still sharing, and they weren't getting the message that we were sharing the broadcast.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm
See,
getting ready to share again.
Facebook. Look, that's
I'm getting ready to share
gonna be a
again.
part
So
of
the
freedom.
room is going up, but they've been playing with our metrics. We need you all to, and YouTube, we see you.
Yes, shout out to A.E. Norton. He says, good afternoon, Cassiopeia and brother Sadeek.
What's happening,
Thank
Brother Norton?
God.
Yes, indeed.
S.O.T. I thought it was going to be Thank God It's Tuesday, but I don't know what TGSOT stands for. Maybe I'm out of the loop.
I don't
Ron,
either.
you know what that stands for, TGSOT?
I'm old too now.
Now.
Now, what are you, Ron? 28?
Trying to say that.
29.
My bad. 29.
I'm 30. We round. I'll be 30 in 3 months.
You be
June.
30 in 3 months?
June.
Are we gonna party?
Yeah, I'm trying to have sneakers masquerade.
Don't tell the Deltas, because you're gonna end up having to sell something. Listen, y'all, it was traumatic for me this weekend. I called Cassie at least 4 times. I was like, shh.
Shout out to my other soror, Carrie Steele, who's in our chapter, and she
Absolutely.
is the commissioner of the Water Reclamation Board, and of course,
And the first lady of What's in It for the Black
that's
People
what I'm saying,
Media.
that's me.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say she's the wife, but really he's the husband.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Mace Jackson
Is he
the
still
husband
here?
of Carrie Steele.
Is he still here? Uh-oh. But he can't hear us, so it's all good. He's
She be
probably
good.
in the meeting or something.
She beat me. Did she beat me?
Hey, Commissioner Steele.
I think she beat me.
Oh,
by
she's
a
President
couple of hundred.
Steele. We love you and appreciate you.
Yeah, she
Just
beat
want
me
you
by
to know.
a couple of hundred.
She beat you by a couple hundred.
Because
but-
all the sorors was on this. We had a leaderboard.
Okay.
So sorors was trying to get in that top 10. But after Sharina started going for that $8,000, I was like, yep, she got it.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot. That's
As
a
long
that's,
as we meet our initial goal was to get, I think, like 90,000, and then we went up to 140. So
that's just, it's super crazy. So yeah, that's how my weekend went. I was ducking deltas. That might be a new game. Ducking deltas. It was crazy. It was crazy because they was on the popcorn hunt. Gee, that's why C-Mac, you're in charge of freedom. I don't want nothing less. I don't need a commission 100 years. I need you to treat it just like the popcorn. And I want the vegan version of freedom too. I got vegan popcorn. I want vegan freedom. I want vegan freedom.
what does vegan freedom mean?
I don't know. But that's what I want. I want some vegan freedom
But what's
in
up?
my bag.
What's actually happening on the vegan train right now with the plant-based African?
So, Cassie, I'm glad you asked.
Oh, yeah.
We are gearing up for Animal Free April.
Mm-hmm.
So let's be clear that when the spring comes, There are people who want to take advantage of what it is we are doing. Oh my goodness, that looks. Oh, are you trying to do me? You trying to make me feel like this on the air?
Yeah.
That's it done. She doing me, Ron. She's making me feel it's done.
It's done.
So look, we got a link. Can we put the link in the chat?
Do that right now.
So we're gonna put the link in the chat. You gotta, and we got a special for you all, right? Because I got so many calls, and I want to thank the January group. I want to thank the February group, and I want to thank the March group, right? Because we did the January jump off, we did Black History Month Meatless, we did Meatless March, and now we're doing Animal Free April. But you got to join us. We got a special for you, $50.
Woo!
And we take you 30 days, and we get some of everything going on in these groups.
Yes.
You know, so you get time with a certified nutritionist. It comes with the package. We give you shopping lists. We have weekly group meetings. We support you in a fun and professional environment, answer your questions. We do virtual shopping excursions, and we help you. We walk you through in 30 days. So get fit for the summer with us. Just try it.
Yes, I'm back all the way in because I'm vegan-ish, just period.
And you coming back in with us
but
this
I'm
month?
coming out full vegan.
Oh, she's doing Animal Free April. Ryan.
I am.
Look, Ryan's earphones. Ryan left the booth. He was walking out the booth, y'all. Ryan, what you got? Huh?
Am I doing
Animal Free April? You still got 2 weeks, bro.
Yeah, I got 2 weeks to mentally prepare for that, so I got you. I'm down.
You sure?
I'm down.
I've heard this one before, Ryan. I've heard I'm down, and then we went week for week, and you were like, "Does fish count?"
I was struggling.
You were struggling. It's okay. We're gonna go through everything, guys. We can't wait to have you. We're gonna go through what you need. But Animal Free April, get ready for the summer. Which is we're gonna talk about the summer a little later in the show, but I'm excited.
Yes, I am too.
Because it's about choice.
Yeah.
And our platform is we do not teach or we do not try to make you into a vegan or be a plant-based individual. What we try to do is open your mind about food choices, how you can make better choices to prevent disease, right? And how you can have the best we teach be the best plant-based version of yourself. Mm-hmm. And we start you where you are. Yeah. Right? We don't try to make you drink wheatgrass and
just off the cuff.
Yeah, we don't do that at all. So join us.
Go raw.
No, we're not doing any of that. We're going
eat
hey, if you need a vegan Whopper, we tell you let's have a vegan Whopper. All we focus on is eliminating meat for those 30 days.
I be doing the vegan White Castles. What you
gotta
crave.
do. Some people didn't know that.
What you crave.
What you crave. You can get you a vegan slider.
Yeah.
Get you a vegan taco.
Yeah.
Get you a vegan pizza.
Yeah.
Get you a vegan Whopper.
I eat vegan sausage probably 4 or 5 times a week.
That's because you love the sausages. Because they're
so
great tasting
good.
sausages.
And the cheese is real good. Let me tell you what Dre said.
What did he say?
About the chow. It's the white cheese.
The cream. That's the cream.
The cream.
The chow. That's off the chain.
He said, did you try it?
I'll try it today. You know what I've been eating?
What?
They have the vegan breakfast sandwich at Dunkin' Donuts.
At Dunkin' Donuts, yeah.
They sure
It's
do.
amazing.
That's what's up.
See what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
I did their avocado toast the other day.
Oh, that sounds so
And that was
good.
really good. It was really good. But so Dre was like,
Y'all know y'all making me hungry, right?
come on now.
Well, you know I got
3 o'clock.
what I got. I got 35 minutes.
Yeah, I got a bunch of oranges.
I'll be eating at the break, y'all.
Bars. But he was like, he said, because I keep that cheese now, and it's actually something it's like a snack for Koya too.
Oh, got it. That's awesome.
She just eats. She eats mostly fruit.
Okay.
So she's now kind of becoming a picky kid. So she only eats a fruit, but she loves this cheese. And so he tried it. He was like, "It's better than cheese." He was like, "This actually tastes better than cheese." I was like, "Wow!" I'm a cheese head. I love the cheese. I'm addicted to it. I ain't quite saying it's better like than all cheese, but it's good.
Well, here's what I would say, and this is in
Tiger
my growth pattern. What's up, Tiger? Hey, I don't position anything as better than, because when I was a meat eater, right? You have food you like, you have food you didn't.
True.
And it's the same way in the vegan world. You're gonna have some favorites. You're gonna have some stuff you don't like. So I mean, it's food.
Yeah, real
so
talk.
there's the company out there, but they do a great job.
Yeah.
Now, is it better than some of the other? I mean, I don't know. But here's what we do talk about. Just try it.
Try it.
You got to try it, because the There are
And
less
don't compare it.
consequences.
And
Right. Don't
and
compare it.
actually,
You can't.
really don't compare it. Just
Right.
try it as like this is just a new food I'm trying, and
Right.
you're now giving it all fairness and opportunity.
Right.
You know, because if you got in your mind, okay, I'm looking forward to taste like this, you're gonna be disappointed.
And
It's
there's a
saying,
mental-
I want chicken that tastes like pork. You're gonna be disappointed.
And people, there's a mental aspect to it. Because as soon as you say vegan, there's a mental roadblock that goes up.
Yeah.
And I always tell the Whole Food story about their chocolate chip cookies. You know, they had vegan chocolate chip cookies in this, and they couldn't get people to buy them.
Africa
They took the word vegan
out
off of the package.
and it was all
Can't
in
keep the
there.
cookies in the same recipe,
Yeah,
but they can't
Right,
keep the cookies
right.
in the store.
Africa. She coming in after the break, right?
Right.
After the break.
Is she still there?
She's there.
Oh
She
yeah,
did.
Africa. You only got we got a minute, and we bring you in. So hold tight. So
But
listen,
she
guys.
talked about the she said she liked the Daya brand in the comments. I'm telling you though,
Oh yeah, no, this is off
Have
the
you
chain.
tried the chow?
This is better than Daya.
she's definitely better than Daya. Because
And
I was on Daya in the beginning too.
I was never a Daya fan, and I hold what I'm a fan of and not a fan of because it influences.
True.
People won't try it. So that's why I say no matter what it is, it's like mac and cheese.
Yes,
everybody
Jazzy.
got the relative that cannot make mac and cheese,
Oh,
and it ain't got nothing to do with whether it's vegan or
it's
not.
loose.
Oh,
got the-
I hate the loose.
And it's be curds and
Oh,
like
that's
curd
so
bubbles.
nasty.
I be like,
Right. And they be like, no, get you some mac and cheese. It's like, no, it's okay.
I'm good.
It's okay. Yeah, Chow is the bomb. Hey, what's happening, Jazzy? She's out there listening to the show.
Yeah, we just eat that like a snack.
She's the bomb cook, by the way.
Yes,
I
she
want to go on the
is.
record.
Jazzy,
You're talking about mac
you
and
gotta,
cheese.
give me that.
Her mac and cheese recipe. I think it's
Okay,
in the safe.
that too.
I think it's in the vault.
But no, we did the. It was with some greens that we.
Oh, the cassava spinach.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cassava spinach. Yeah, that's
Yeah, we
it's
put the
absolutely
jalapeno in
ridiculous.
the
Yeah,
center.
yeah.
I mean,
Or the habanero.
Habanero.
Yeah. Got to do that. Okay,
African
guys.
said Cobbs. All right.
So listen, we got a great show for you today. We're going to talk about Asian hate and racism. We're going to unfurl from a black perspective. We're bringing Sister Africa Porter in. We're going to talk about what's happening with the Emmett Till Museum and just black history and landmarks in general in Chicago. And we're going to get into a little bit of this summertime shy conversation. Like, is COVID officially over? Right? And then we're going to talk about this crime and violence in the neighborhood. Like, is self-hate, you know, and not comparing it to the Asian thing that's going on, but we have so much self-hate. And I don't think we discuss it enough in terms of how we can just be in charge of our own destiny and what we're doing in our communities.
Come on now. I love them comments.
Minus the police and federal dollars and all that kind of stuff. We can love each other and stop the hate. So, guys, you're on the green side of things. We need you to like,
Comment.
and share.
That thing.
We need to do it right now. We're doing much better. We're not going to let Facebook play with our metrics. Join the lunch table. We'll see you when we come back on the other side.
WIFTBPM.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
Everybody's talking about the all-new Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish. Place your order today for a delicious meal. The chicken and fish are fried to perfection, featuring a wide variety of catfish, perch, tilapia, whiting, and shrimp. Now it's your turn to see what everybody's talking about. It's the all-new Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish, Chicago's newest spot for delicious meals. Stop by at 2537 South Wabash in the South Loop, or get contactless delivery from DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, and Postmates. For more info, call 773-807-9010, 773-807-9010. Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish is open just in time for lunch, or take it to the house for a delicious dinner. It's Chicago's new spot for perfectly fried chicken and fish. Don't wait any longer. Try it today. Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish, 2537 South Wabash in the South Loop. Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish.
This is Tori Muhammad, and we want you to tune in to the Tori Muhammad Show that airs here on What's in It for the Black People Media every Monday and Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. We talk and celebrate Black-owned businesses, Black entrepreneurs, and we talk to some of the best people in the food industry here in Chicago, Black chefs, Black restaurateurs. So make sure that you tune in to us every Monday and Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
You see me, you see him, my best friend. He hold me down like ankles fighting the waves. Apply not to my crime, yeah, I do time. Till I'm with you, I'll be counting the days. Yeah, ooh, been through so many things, but we always get through. Yeah, ooh, it ain't always perfect, but it's worth it. This is deeper than the surface. If I said I didn't love you, you and I know I've been frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide to make them something, something. Like it was nothing. Ooh, something about you, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. I never thought that I would give it to you, but now I don't think it's the time, I won't do it. I think it's cause the way you talk to me, know how to say it without making me feel little. You're gracious even when you pop off on me. When you get done, I got a little something to drop off on you. Because you earned it with the time you took to put it that way. You got me liking to get put in my place. I didn't love you, you and I know I've been frontin'. Wiped all my scars away.
Welcome back to the green side of things. It's your man Sadeek.
And Cassiopeia.
And we are here now with the phenomenal Sister Africa Porter. Hey, what's happening, Africa? Can you hear me?
Yes, can you all hear me?
Yeah, we definitely can hear you. And let me just say this as always, it's a pleasure to have you. And y'all, Africa is my sister, and I love her. And it is sometimes being in proximity to someone that has such an effect on our community nationwide. It can either make you humble, or you can take it for granted. And I just want Africa to know that I'm humbled, that she even takes my phone call. And your hat is happening.
I was just about to say that. I love the hat.
She is on it today. Your hat game is ridiculous.
You are something else. You are something else. I'm so happy to see you both. Thank you for having me. I see my sister Cassie. Mwah. Oh my God, I want to see my baby. I got to see her soon.
You have to see
her. I don't want her going to prom and she's like, what's her name? Nah, this is your auntie right here. You know what I'm saying? I need to see her, but she get too big. You know what I mean? She going to prom, like, who is that, mommy? No, that's your TT right there.
That's your TT, girl. Listen.
I got to see her.
Please.
So cute. I appreciate you both for having me. I'm loving everything so far. I'm sorry I didn't get any popcorn. I'm allergic to corn, but
I'm gonna tell you what they told me. Buy a bag and give it away. I'm hating.
You're right.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that like popcorn too.
Africa, I literally spent the weekend ducking deltas. It was rough because there's so many. It was people hitting me. It was almost like I had a nervous reaction because they wasn't even asking about popcorn, but they were deltas, and I was like, "What she want?" so I waited. And listen, I waited till Monday morning, and then I was like, "Hey, everybody." I'm back.
Because it was over. That's funny.
So Africa, we talk as we always do, and we have some loaded topics to talk about. And listen, everybody out there, we just came back. We need you to like, comment, and share. We want to put some more people around the lunch table. And I was reading a few articles this weekend, and we want to know what you all think out there. Hey, Maganiel. And we got, who is that out there? We got Brother Muhammad. I was reading articles. Of course, we're all aware of and our hearts go out to the 8 people who were slaughtered, in my estimation, and 6 of them were Asian women, right? And so there's been this, if you've been following it really since January, there has been this monitored increase of violence against Asians. And so the news kind of started rolling in January, heated up a bit in February, but in March, it really kind of took off with these nationwide noticeable, because the media was doing I would think a job of placing it in the front of the news. Before it was kind of in the middle of the news, but now it's at the forefront of the news. But I was noticing, and I wanted to have a balanced and cogent and cohesive conversation around how Black people feel about this, because Black people are always screaming about violence in our communities, whether it be perpetrated by ourselves, whether it be perpetrated by law enforcement, whether it be perpetrated by rogue Europeans who feel a certain way about Blacks, right? There's all these different ways that this violence against Black people comes into play. And I was wondering, could we have a conversation? Because I've heard some things offline. I've obviously had some behind the scenes conversation. And I think that Black people feel a certain kind of way about this pronouncement seemingly of Asian hate and racism. And so I wanted to talk about that. So Africa, kind of step into that. What are you hearing? What are your thoughts? This phenomena of Asian hate and racism?
Yeah, I think it's a very interesting time we're living in, right? So we have the pandemic. For those of us that subscribe to being of African descent, we already feel like we're already the most unprotected, not just our men, our brothers too. We're the most overlooked, we're never considered, we have to work twice as hard. So then when you have a situation that comes out, there's, a whole hashtag for it. You understand? There's a whole community built around, stop Asian hate. It's not that we don't feel that. You understand? Because for me, and I think you all subscribe as well, I was taught that hate is hate, right? So if I'm out at the park and my children are playing and another child gets hurt, I don't just say, okay, well, what's your ethnicity? Okay, now we can get a Band-Aid. We get a Band-Aid now? No, that's not how it works. When you're hurting, when you need help, we just help. However, to your question, I'm just thinking of earlier conversations, in the Ututu village with Baba Hakeem Mahabuti and others, wherein we think of us first. That's just innate. That's just what we do as people. And I think that's true for Asian Americans, white Americans, European Americans, and the like.
True.
So you understand what I'm saying? So I thought it was interesting. I started getting a lot of phone calls last week, and I had not really seen a lot of what was happening. Of course, I already know what's happening on the continent of Africa, with Chinese taking over Africa, with Chinese abusing African people, particularly the women, impregnating them, leaving them for dead, beating them, killing them. There was a video that went viral last year where a Chinese man was selling fruit at a fruit stand, and he was obviously sick, bent over, throwing up. Then he urinated on top of the fruit. An African woman walks up to buy the fruit. He makes her eat the fruit right there with her child. That video went viral.
That's real talk. That's real talk. So let's take a.
So when I started getting the phone calls were directed at the situation, but they were also directed at someone we all know and love, Common.
Right.
And I didn't even know what was going on.
Right.
But he had made a post saying "Stop Asian Hate." So to your question, Sadeek, sisters went hard. So then I started getting calls because they know that's my road dog. You know what I mean? That's my boy. That's my homie. You know what I mean? So like Africa, what's up with your boy? What's up with Ross? Why he going so hard for them? He don't go hard for sisters. So very interesting.
So let me just say this, and I'll get to, because I want Cassie to ask her a question. I just want to back up Africa, because you brought something. And so we don't really consume international news. We really don't. And so because we don't consume international news, it might be some people's first time hearing about the Asian violence in Africa. Because Asians take a different posture in Africa than Asians take in the United States.
That's right.
Okay, so their posture is colonial and superior in Africa, as opposed to, I think it's still colonial and superior in some aspects in the United States, but they're not, you know, they're not as outward with it. Yeah, it's not as imposing. But, you know, in Africa, it's a very, and you're talking about, there are thousands of these documented abuses against African men and women and children due to the rise in the Asian population and the Asian investment, right? If you want to call it an investment, that's a whole nother show. But the Asian dollars that are going in and flowing out of the continent, right? And so you bringing that up, because I got calls like you behind the scenes, and there are people who do consume international news, have had interactions with the Asian community that weren't necessarily supportive of, let's say, the African American plight, and they were indifferent about, you know, the Asian, what's happening. And when I say indifferent, again, I want to have a balance. Nobody is calling for us, like you opened up. We're not advocating for any less for any other person or culture, right? So we just want to say that off top. And I feel that way you do, and so does Cassie. But we do have to take in consideration the world stage, right? And how these events affect how people feel and the viewpoint when we're all, you know, supposed to show up, so to speak, to champion for our brother and sister from another mother.
That's right.
Yeah. So I was well, let me read this comment really quick from Ida Elamaya. Brother Common has made entire albums, and his life demonstrates he definitely uplifts and amplifies Black women. No need to make that comparison or hold any of us to maintain silence or hatred. I absolutely agree. So like with that being said, and with this whole position, and then, you know, now there has been conversations in regards to not only just should we even support it, speak on it, hashtag it, but then also I was listening to one of my uncles talk about this whole situation where now it is potentially being used against Black people. Especially with the massage parlors. I'm not sure if his conversation was sparked because of the football player or not, Deshaun and Watson. What's happened. But it seems as though now the smallest things that may not actually, a Black person may not be harming or hurting an Asian person now, but they're trying to fit incidences.
Merge the two.
With now Black people having Asian hate. You know, and so there is that portion there, because it's like what he was saying, he's super militant, was stating that all of this always leads back to how do we keep Black people under our thumb and in jail and enslaved and, you know, and brainwashed.
Well, I think this is a tone, and I get this tone, Africa, and you can tell me if you agree. I think the tone is, if there is some other community being abused or experiencing maltreatment, if Black people don't jump up and just be like, yeah, we get it, we understand it, we wanna lock arms, if we don't have this visceral protective reaction to it, then somehow we're doing less than what we're supposed to do, because we're always asking for some type of, does that make sense to you? Like, since if we don't jump out there, then it's almost like we're supporting it.
Yeah, because we're supposed to.
And I think that's unfair.
Yeah, because we're not only supposed to carry the burden of our own oppression. We're supposed to carry everybody else's too.
The burden of oppression.
right.
Period.
Yeah.
That's
we're
right.
supposed to understand, and we're supposed to, and that was the crux of some of the calls I got. Is like, man, the Asian population, a percentage of it or a portion of it, is treating our brothers and sisters on the continent horribly.
What? So how did he make her eat it?
Well,
You're talking about the fruit market. Go ahead.
Right. In the video, I'm going to send it to you, Cassie. I'm going to send it to you right quick. I mean, it's horrible. In the video, they have an exchange, and you can hear it a little. The volume is pretty bad, but then she gives him the money, and then he says, "You have to eat this now." She's like, obviously with a small child, they're about to walk somewhere, and so I guess she's like really hungry. You know what I mean? It would look like it had been raining there. Wow. This was from like last summer. And so then she gets ready to eat, and then he goes and sits down on the side, with his children. So then he's teaching his children to look at what we're doing here. You understand what I'm saying? So that's teaching that hate all over again.
Right, and it's prevalent. Like this example may be isolated, but these aren't isolated incidents on the continent. So,
right.
So I want to make sure that we're being very fair. We're not saying that this particular urination on the fruit is happening everywhere, but this type of malfeasance and dominance from Asian businessmen and women on the continent with melanated people is happening every day.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cassie brought up a good point when you brought up the brother. I had not thought about it in that way, Cass. With the brother, I think he's an NFL player.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson.
Very interesting. Yeah.
And I don't even know if Deshaun, because most of his the suits that have been filed, and I've read several articles because I pay attention to ESPN and football, and Deshaun is actually one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite players. But I don't know if it particularly talks about race, and he didn't go to, for most of these accounts, he did not go to a massage parlor. He had, a person of that stature. He's the quarterback for the Houston Texans. Yeah, they come in. He's not going out to them. They're coming in, and I just don't know their particular ethnicity, right? This, but I see how it could be. If you don't know the details or you're not reading, I can see how it could have some crossover in somebody's mind.
Yeah. And it's interesting the timing.
Yeah, right. The timing.
Yeah.
So I mean, it could be, exclusive.
Yeah.
From one another. It's just,
And so I think the thing that was interesting for me was, and I had to be honest in my feelings as a black man, on Friday when my daughter is 13, she's in 7th grade, and she said, we had a discussion today in class, and the discussion was about Asian Lives Matter. But I was like, when's the last time you had a discussion in class, not to pit it against it?
Yeah, but did they?
But when's the last time you had a discussion about Black Lives Matter? Right? Because the reality is all lives matter.
Right.
And so, but what I sat down and thought about was, did the Black Lives Matter movement accelerate the ability to have these discussions, which I think is a good thing, right?
Yes.
Or is it, how did this get to the agenda so quick that it's in the classroom now?
Did it, but answer the question, or did she answer the question?
She didn't. She couldn't answer the question. She couldn't remember if they had a Black Lives Matter discussion.
And they didn't. That's what I take from it.
But she's 13, and
she's 13. She could, but
so I didn't want to rush to any.
So did you ask her about her day, or did she offer that up?
I always ask about the day.
Okay.
I always ask, what did you discuss? I just think that's a part of.
So and all
that's
these
the way I parent. Like
days,
what you talk about.
Where a big grand portion.
I think it's interesting too. Yeah.
200 of them, or actually now the last 300 of them have been on Black Lives Matter, and she didn't bring it up.
Right, but she did say
I find that very interesting.
And I found it interesting that it wasn't just Asian hate, or we talked about the incidents, right? But the phrase Asian lives matter, and they had a conversation about it. I'm like, baby, well, all lives matter, but that's great. I'm not going to take away from the Asian conversation, but it just got me thinking.
I think too, to that point, brother and sister, the Queen in the White House, who I obviously respect, and I'm happy she's in that role, right? I think we all salute and we see her, and we, you know what I mean? It's history. Like it or love it, it's history. She's there. She's a part of the Divine Nine. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep that conversation going.
Bet you she ain't getting no popcorn,
she made a
but go
point
ahead.
to make a. She made a point.
Wait a minute.
She made a point to speak up.
Kamala Harris.
She's in the White House.
Oh, I thought you
the
said
sister in the White House.
I heard the Queen, so you were calling her the Queen.
Right.
Got it.
Yeah. Not Beyonce.
Absolute, you know.
Well, I was thinking about the Queen of England because we keep talking about the palace.
Well, we're coming back to that. We're gonna wrap up on racism in the palace.
Okay, I'm there.
Go ahead. We all on the same page now. Go ahead, Afrikan.
Getting hot up in here. Okay, so yeah, I think I love y'all, man. She you know, she just happens to be a representative of y'all crew. You know what I'm saying? I just have to shout it out because we had an earlier conversation about the Divine Nine. And I salute all of our sisters and brothers that take a step further when they're in college to join an organization to do more outside of the caseload of studying and everything else. So I salute that. However, I think that she made a point to make a big thing about that. But to myself, you know, in my Sister Africa voice, I said, self. What about the 670 Black women that's still missing? Self. What about all our sisters that still, you know what I'm saying? I challenged the sister that was just found in an alley 2 weeks ago. Self. What about all the sisters from back in the day? I remember in Chicago, Diamond and Tianda Bradley. Y'all remember them names?
Absolutely,
well, today,
no doubt.
They're like 26 and 29. That's how long ago it was. How soon we forget. But from the White House, you talk the talk. You make that an issue for the world. What about us? I'm so sorry I had to.
No, because I'm in agreement
but
with you.
Hold on now.
And Ida, do me a favor. Ida's out there. She said she had a discussion with her daughter, and during the conversation, hold on, that's the wrong comment. Let me get this right. But she said that the conversation was powerful. Yeah, with my girls, with some sisters from the Asian community, it was powerful. It moved me from my initial stance on the subject. What was your initial stance? And kind of what was your initial stance? And that's we got some great comments in the section there. But you know, Africa, I'm with you. And that's why I say I work now to really try and be balanced. And some of it may come off, because I'm really trying not to jump out of the window, because I used to jump out of the window immediately.
I'm just saying,
what the, right?
Eyebrow.
But I'm saying, with that platform, being the vice president of the United States, and I get it because you're following an agenda. Make no mistake about it, right? No matter how independent and all of that, we know that there's strings behind the scenes, and I think that we would be naive not to. But it's like, man, sis, what about all the other issues you could use that platform to bring attention to? And I get it, right? Like the uptick in the Asian and racism is racism. I even got a problem with the media talking about Asian racism. But that's a whole nother show in itself. Like, racism is racism, and it's how European hegemony and colonial systems were built, right? Yeah. So that's a whole nother story. So I just want to make sure that we have the ability to express our frustration with the conversation and not sound as if we are against the Asian community. I think that's what I want to move to.
Sadeek, right. And I think, Sadeek, to that point, you made me think about two other things. And I guess we're not going to stay on this for the remainder. The police officer or the person of authority in Georgia who made the statement, he was just having a bad day. Okay, that's one thing on its own. That's a whole thing, right? But then the other thing is, was it really a racist attack versus a man who needed to see about getting his needs met? All right? Let's deal with the facts. And I read a report that said he had been there 3 times the week before. So this time when he went there, and I mean, we're gonna keep it adult, right? He did not get the happy ending that he was looking for. So does it become a racial issue or a sexual addiction issue or I'm upset that I did not get what I came for, and it just happens to be this shop and these people work here?
I think it's all of that.
It is, but is this the same? But it was 3 different locations though, right?
Yeah, he drove to him, right? Africa. I don't want to get it wrong, right? There's 3 different locations,
right?
And he was popping people.
I do think at that particular point we're dealing with something deeper.
Almost definitely.
Yeah.
First of all, he's definitely a troubled individual.
Oh, for sure.
And beyond being troubled, Africa, I think, as we're keeping it adult, I think it was all of that. And here's what I mean. I think he was like, man, yeah, I'm used to a happy ending, right? I need these fireworks to go out. No Asian pun intended. I need these fireworks to go off. And I didn't get the fireworks. And I think that other lives other than European lives are expendable. And that's what I mean by why I mean by racism is racism. I think that beyond in a Eurocentric view, I think that because we've experienced it, right? If you don't do what I need you to do, you are expendable. Which is why we even have to bring up phrases like Black or Asian lives matter. I find it absolutely ridiculous, just even in having to have the conversation, because you would only have to have the conversation if there was a group who found that the lives don't matter.
Right.
Yeah. So I think it was. I didn't get what I want. I'm spoiled. I'm also touched.
Yeah.
Right. I have trauma, and the way that I solve trauma is to go to my trunk and get a gun. And I think that is part of the racist culture. I think it's a part of the violence culture. I think it's a part of the privilege culture. And I think it's a part of the sexual addiction and abuse culture that runs rampant in America.
Very true. It's
That's true.
Crazy.
Yeah, no doubt. So look, y'all. We got to go to this break. That was a lot. Maybe we'll wrap up some of the conversations on the Asian hate piece. I want to move on to Emmett Till after the break, Africa. I know you've got some important information on that, and I have some childhood stories I actually want to share about Mama Mobley when we get to Emmett Till, and then want to talk about this COVID piece and summertime shy. How summer is it going to be, and how shy is it, and is COVID over? So listen, you all, we need you to like,
comment,
and share
that thing.
We need you to do it right now. We need you to come back, grab your lunch, but come on back to the lunch table, invite some more people. You're on the green side of things with Sadeek,
Cassiopeia,
and we got Sister Africa Porter with us. We'll see you on the other side.
WIFTDPM. The Chicago Legal Network is the collaboration of attorneys that concentrate in many areas of the law most needed in Chicago neighborhoods. The CLN lawyers focus on personal injury, criminal defense, and other issues. The CLN lawyers all average over 20 years of legal experience and are dedicated to helping the Chicago community. The Chicago Legal Network is committed to developing black lawyers through mentorship and co-representation. So if you were injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or injured on the job, or you need assistance with criminal defense, including driving violations and DUI, check out ChicagoLegalNetwork.com for more information, or call 773-912-3545. 773-912-3545.
My name is Cassandra J. Matz, current Village of Olympia Fields trustee and your candidate for Village President of Olympia Fields. I've been a resident of Olympia Fields for 28 years. I believe in building strategic partnerships, establishing governance boundaries, and have and will continue to dedicate my life's work as a respected and credible voice when it comes to decision making. Olympia Fields has always been a community of familiarity and comfort, and I want to make sure the village stays that way. On Tuesday, April 6th, vote Cassandra J. Matz for your Olympia Fields Village President. Paid for by Citizens for Cassandra J. Matz.
What about my love? Seems you have forgotten love. I do believe that something went wrong somewhere. What about my feelings? Do they mean anything at all? You got me so in love, I'm too blind to see. And that you got my love, now you wanna put me down. And that you got my love, got me standing on shaky ground. What about it, baby? What about the days and the nights we spent? What about the love we made so sweet? Are you sure you wanna live? Think it over, baby. 'Cause girl, I believe. I think you just might wanna change your mind. Now that you got my love, you don't need to come around. Now that you got my love, got me standing on shaky ground. What kind of way is that to treat your man? When I gave all that I never had, you got me going through changes of life with you. Are you sure you wanna live? Think it over.
Welcome back to the green side of things. This your man Sadeek.
And Cassiopeia.
And we have with us Sister Africa Porter, and we are discussing Asian hate and racism. And Africa, we're gonna wrap it up a little bit. We're gonna let Cassie talk about it a little bit because we were discussing it in the break, and I think, and she helped. We were kind of talking about it and bringing out some of the reasons why Black people are hesitant to say exactly how they feel about this. And it's because, Black people suffer a lot in silence, right?
Yeah.
And so we're on the green side of things, and I want to be authentic in the conversation. And so, I mean, somebody tag your Asian friends, right? Because they don't normally come into these rooms, but, everybody you got an Asian buddy, right?
Yeah.
Tag your Asian buddy, but here's the point. And I'm gonna let Cassie talk about it. I was just saying that we in our communities, we support the Asian community all the time, and I mean with our dollars, right? Because everybody finna get some egg foo young, some chicken fried rice, some shrimp fried rice, right? And we're not running those joints. Ron, when's the last time you had Chinese food?
Yeah,
it's been a long time. I ain't even gonna stun. I ain't had Chinese in a minute.
You ain't had Chinese in a minute, but you know what a Chinese food joint is, right?
Of course.
Naturally, you do, right? Yeah. Or you got to go to Chinatown to get it. But go ahead, Cassie.
I mean, that's the thing. We have to address as two different cultures that are experiencing racism from the greater oppressor, the
right.
Asians. What you got to understand is that right underneath white people in America, it's Asians for us, right? Because not only do you all dominate the economic engine in Black communities, meaning you all suck up probably about
beauty supply
50% of the funds from our community.
Nail shops,
beauty supply,
food.
Yeah, you all own corner stores. Y'all got your hands in a lot of stuff here. Then we also will travel
Right. And treat our young men and women like garbage.
Like crap with the glass, with the thick glass. Have not only do y'all suck up the money, y'all whoop our ass in our community.
Right.
So yeah, don't like looking for us to jump up when something's happening now. Like Africa stated, and I think it was Ida that talked about it. Black people are natural nurturers, and we don't want to see anybody hurt. Like if there's something right in front of us, if there's somebody, a white person that's about to, get it in on an Asian in front of us, we probably gonna jump.
No doubt.
But as far as making public statements at large from the whole black community, yeah, we got to have some conversations first, and there needs to be some stuff that changes how you all treat us on a day, because y'all come over here with being inundated with information that it's okay to treat us like crap, that we're here to suck the money out of,
right?
And that we are savages, and you all drink that Kool-Aid because it means financial wealth and gain for you all. So, and the other thing is, I don't know, in Africa, you might know this, was there some big Asian organization that spoke up on behalf of Black Lives Matter? Was there money that came directly from Asian institutions, organizations, or business for Black Lives Matter? Did they, like all the other big corporations that knelt and then made statements and said they would do this and start giving money, are the Asians giving back any of the money that they suck up from us throughout the entire nation? Any statements?
I think those are all valid. So first of all, I'm going to say I don't know. That's my more balanced answer. We can research it. That's my other balanced answer. But my pro-black self in the back of my mind is saying, hell no.
Yeah.
But I will reserve that answer, like I said, and we can look into it. But how many, because it prompts the fact when you talk about supporting the Asian community, how many dollars in beauty supply, how many dollars in nails, how many dollars in food, how many dollars in corner store chips and candy, and how many dollars actually leave our communities, support Chinatown, support Naperville, support wherever they live, right?
Right.
And then in return, how much of that actually comes back into helping black causes when we start to break this down into some type of intellectual or non-emotional conversation, right? You want us to jump out. You wanted to lock arms with us. You want to talk about it. But now let's have a real conversation about who is really supporting whom.
Yeah, and it's one incident. Now, granted, no, I think one person harmed is an atrocity. But when you're talking about 400 years, of enslavement and publicly being oppressed constantly, consistently, including by Asian people, and then one thing happens publicly and we supposed to just, everybody's supposed to put on a T-shirt and start hashtagging and go find their Asian friends?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nah, it's not going to happen.
Nah.
That's right. That's not going to happen.
No.
It's not going to happen. But if y'all ready to start having some conversations and start putting some money back, and then also start treating us and take down that thick bulletproof glass, then we can start talking about it.
Because it was up before COVID.
And exactly, an authentic alliance for real, and not one that just is there for your benefit for the moment, and then y'all go back to business as usual, treating us like crap and taking all of the money out of our community.
Yeah,
that's right.
Hey, so I want to say to the brother out there, Bobby Gore.
Thank you, sis.
So this isn't a conversation about Asians owing us.
Right.
This is neither a conversation about
absolutely not
us owing them or them owing us. This is a conversation about expectations. And I don't think that the Asian community owes us anything. And likewise, Brother Gore, on the same, we don't owe them anything either. Mm-hmm. But I think that there are black leaders who are feeling the expectation. And I know, because I got a call from a few, that they owe it to say something or to take a stance because it's being labeled as racism and hate, which it is. And then black people are the first group that you look to. So it's not that the Asians owe us anything, but before we start taking the posture, what is it, what's going on? Let's just look at the fact that we actually do support the Asian community. That's all we're saying.
Absolutely.
We support it very heavily.
Hand over fist. Now, Marquin makes a good statement. We have fault in that too. If there's no consequences for treating us like crap, then they'll continue to do it. And absolutely.
Well, that's true. And shout out to brother Tyrone Muhammad, right? We had this whole piece this summer with the Asian nail shops and consequences. And so there are things that are being dealt with. There are, like I said, we want to have a balanced conversation because I agree if there are no consequences, but we have issued some consequences.
Yeah. And,
right?
and to Marquin's point, though, in this particular context, right, it's cool, right? Somebody might smack me. You might smack me, Sadeek. And I might not never say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I might be like, oh, come on, don't do it, you know, and you might not never get hit back by me. Just don't come and ask for my cookies afterwards.
Absolutely.
Good point. Good point.
Hell no.
Right.
Now, I could jump back up and defend myself. You know what I'm saying? If I want to, I could cover whip your ass or get my brother or something like that to do it if I want to. But just still, you know you've been abusing me. You not getting none of my cookies, bro. I don't want to see I don't want to see nobody annihilate you either.
Yeah, and I think that's the baseline of the conversation. Don't act like you ain't been acting stank. Don't act like you ain't been acting stank, right? For real, peace. So yeah, you don't owe us anything. And we don't owe you anything either. Matter of fact, we put in the pot every week.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to get some rice after this. Real talk. Real talk.
You know, it's true. Right.
It's real talk.
Support you with these dollars. Go get you some extra policing. I don't know.
So let's have the conversation. And this obviously, based on the way the media is treating it, this won't be the last time we had this conversation because I'm sure it's going to be some black congressmen and some local elected officials that are going to come out probably with some statements about, what because they started commissions and they've started, I know the White House or Congress started a commission to look into Asian hate.
Oh, yeah.
And racism. So it's going to come down the line. You're going to hear it in Chicago in political speak as well. So, all right, y'all. Not that that's enough about Asian hate.
What, James?
What did he say?
Asians do owe us.
Oh, okay.
We support them. Listen to your pretty light-skinned sister, Lord, today.
Oh, God. Well, that being said, I think so.
Conversation about coloring.
Yeah. Hey, pretty light-skinned sister.
That's the next. And that's gonna be the name of it. Pretty light skin talk.
Pretty light skin talk. Look.
Right.
So Africa, let's switch some gears. And we want to thank everybody for your comments. We love the participation. Michael Allen says, ask the next Asian who dares to mention a lack of black support by black people. What investments? That's what we were just asking that.
But I like the way he positioned it though.
Right.
It gives us
investments
an action item.
they have made in our communities. But we said we're gonna look into that.
Yeah.
What?
No, I liked how he said pose it to them.
Oh, absolutely.
When they ask us, okay, fact checker.
Right.
I don't see it.
It's kind of like finding It's kind of like finding racism in the palace.
I don't see it. Can you send me? I might have missed that memo.
Yeah,
Can you re-forward it to us, please? Thank you. And then we'll have a response to you after you send it.
Absolutely, I love that. Big Mike, that's and Mike is gonna have his treat us one day to being on the show. He's got some things he want to say because he is the consummate melanated superhero supporter of black ideas, black thought, and black lives, period. So we love you, Mike. Appreciate you for being out there. So Africa.
Yes, sir.
Emmett Till, the museum, the house, Chicago history. What's happening with that?
So, great news so far today at the city council hearing meeting. I understand my alderman, Sophia King, who was proposed to bring it to the forefront, did not. And I just want to send a special shout out to all of you who signed the petition, donated, shared the petition, especially Sister Wendy Muhammad of Sajda's house, who bought the Elijah Muhammad compound right here in Hyde Park. And those of us who understand the whole piece is like the Emmett Till house is one house. You got Nat King Cole has a house here. You have Curtis Mayfield. You got Phyllis Wheatley. You got the Honorable Ida
Yeah.
B. Wells. You understand me? It's so many. So like you have the Frank Lloyd Wright House, okay? They have a couple of houses here in Hyde Park. They have some in Oak Park. This means a whole lot to people of all different influences. They have a tour set up 3 days a week. You know, you can come and get a tour and see the wonderful artwork of Frank Lloyd Wright, right? For generations yet unborn, they get to know and understand who Frank Lloyd Wright is.
Yeah.
Shout out to Hermine Hartman. Please look at the article that she wrote. Speaking of, she gives a very, very in-depth historical perspective on history, on art, on culture, and on legacy and historic homes. Sidebar. So,
Got it.
the Emmett Till house, family house, we already know why it is so important. And we also know that it was kind of like, wow, why is this even a conversation? For me, when it was brought to me by Sister Wendy Muhammad and Sister Lisa R. Lisa R., I was kind of perplexed, like, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me we're going to be fighting us to fight for us? Bring it again.
Wow, say that again, Africa. We're gonna be doing what?
Y'all bring, okay, so my Alderman Sophia King, is proposing that we do away with these house museums.
Oh,
so that means, in my understanding, we're going to be fighting us to fight for us.
Wow.
So, and what's her reasoning?
Yeah, what's the rationale behind it?
So there was a lot of communication behind a lot of these homes. Like, for example, and I'd be remiss if I did not mention the Lou Palmer and Georgia Palmer house. So years ago, I can remember being just 6 years old, and they had the terrestrial radio. My parents would be listening to another page from Lou's notebook. Lou Palmer was the brother that would say, "It's enough to make a Negro turn black."
Yes,
so
yes.
Lou Palmer was married to Georgia Palmer. My sister, we're 2 years apart. She's named for Georgia Palmer, spelled with a J.
Gotcha.
I was babysat in the house on 37 the King Drive. That was the Lou Palmer, Georgia Palmer house. Around the corner, going west, that is the Marcus Garvey, you know, the UNIA home.
The UNIA, right.
There.
Right.
That's right. They have that corner house, what is adjacent to that building. Okay,
Absolutely.
just to put a little perspective there. So when you have homes like that, that need a lot of work, that's a 40-room house. It is a mansion.
Wow.
I think the argument became these homes have been dormant for a long time. These homes have not been looked after. These homes need a lot of work. No one has really said anything about these homes until now. These are some things that we can do different with the spaces that are just sitting there.
Yeah.
Well, these spaces have been just sitting there. Well, I'm glad you asked, as Mark Allen would say. Thank you. I'm so glad you asked. This means that what we need to do collectively as African people is take a closer look into these homes and be about the business of preserving and saving and keeping these homes.
Yeah.
So my children grew up as Emmett Till players. I traveled with Erica Gordon Taylor, Emmett Till's cousin, who recently passed last year, for the last 22 years. We've been back and forth to Money, Mississippi, going to court, fighting for this whole atrocity with the alleged Emmett Till whistling situation.
Yeah.
Okay. Speed up to today. That home, as we know, our good sister Naomi Davis, Blacks and Green, has purchased the home. She has put in a lot of bloodshed and tears and work in that space of the green side of things, if you will.
Yes.
And she's been doing this work, Naomi Davis, right? She has brought it to our attention, and you got to see this article that Hermine put all the pieces so immaculately together. Sister Naomi Green has put it into such a dope way that now, today, I'm so proud that my older woman said, you know what, I guess she got more information. So now it's not even the conversation that it was just even yesterday. So we went from 8,000 signatures on Thursday to over 12,000 overnight.
Yes.
Wow.
So it just shows you the power of what happens when, one, we are informed, we're educated, and we understand some things.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's what it's all about.
I love that. So does that mean now that Alderman King is shifting her pivot, or?
I believe so.
Okay.
And the 15 aldermen that had the positioning to vote, they were like, what's that? You know what I mean? So I think it's just, sometimes we need to understand things a little better, and we need to know what's really happening. Because to your earlier question, why? Why would she propose to be done with these? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I never really got the full understanding as to the why. So I can't speak on that.
Okay.
I just know when I got the proposed, let's do away with the homes. No.
Yeah,
We're not doing that.
I would find it to be a question, obviously, of resources, importance of the story, and I think that we have to stick up for our story.
That's right.
And I don't want to question, Sister King, and I don't want to fight us to help us, right?
Yeah.
Or
That's right.
So I just want to say, let's get our alderwoman all the information she needs so she can see
That's
the
right.
totality of what's happening. Because from the fair and balanced position, she's probably under a lot of pressure. She's got about 400 things on her desk.
That's right.
And so we just want to make sure that we're doing our best. Cassie always talks about this. Who's knocking on the alderman's door? Who's giving the alderman the information? We can't assume that they, know what's important to us.
Right.
We can't assume that they know what should be atop of the agenda because overall, they're elected to be a public servant. So we have to do our part and show up. And most certainly, when these issues come to the table, we're really putting that together and doing our part.
Yeah.
So I'm just,
That's
I
right.
appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Aldermen are gonna push who's the most influential over them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that could be you. If you're going to be showing up every day and then you bring a bandwagon with you of folks that are constituents of that alderman that says, I got your vote. Because what happens is that we show up and show out for voting and stuff now. And then we
don't show up after that.
Yeah, we're not not informed on what's going on, or we're passively, disappointed about, this didn't happen from my ward when he came. But did you say something? Or did you think it was going to be this magical thing?
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, because there are, especially in Chicago, when you could probably have, over 100,000 people in just one ward alone?
Yes.
There's a million things there's some people who are out there saying what they want. And they're pushing for it. And it may be something that you don't want, or it may not be anything that actually affects you directly. So if you want something that affects you directly,
gotta speak up.
Change, you gotta say something.
That's right.
Gotta advocate.
Right.
Yeah,
They're
advocate.
here for you. Now, if they act slick afterwards, that's a different situation.
Well, then you hold them accountable
and you
for
hold them
acting slick.
Absolutely.
Right.
And you bring that out.
That's right.
If they're not moving because they don't know, that's on you.
Hey, Afrikan Cassie, I got an idea.
Uh-oh. You okay? Your head okay?
No. It hurts because it hurts me to think. I got Ron, I take this all day. I take it all day, brother. Here's my idea. The campaign we need to start, and I'm talking about just in getting it out there as we move into another election cycle, is we need to start the Vote Plus campaign.
I'm listening.
Vote Plus is reminding people that it's not just going to the ballot box. It's what you do after, right?
That's what the real work is.
Okay,
Vote Plus.
I like that.
You like that? And we can refine it, Africa, but I think it's what you don't just vote.
Up.
I did. I wrote it down right here. See that?
You just made that up.
You better take a picture of that.
Right. It's out in the ether now because it's going to show up next week. They're going to be like, Vote Plus.
Vote Plus.
Vote Plus. But
No,
Africa,
like
real
that,
talk.
You talked about being accountable. And
Being
to me,
accountable,
it's like,
right?
we can't
And there's
hold them
more to it.
accountable if we're not in the office, if we're not volunteering, if we're not finding out what's happening in the neighborhood. We only concerned, like Cassie said, about what we're concerned about.
Yeah.
When do we take a time out to go in the office and get to know our representatives and get to know what's on their desk? Because they got to stack this high. We know that. So why not do a Vote Plus, Baba Sadeek, and get down into that office and get into that business about making sure our children are growing up? Because, they took civics out of school. So they're not going to get it in high school anymore.
No, not at all. And I really love the way you put it. I really love the way you put that, Africa. And so if you're willing, maybe we can, and I'm not talking about going out of the way, but we do so much driving toward the ballot box. But I think we need to vote plus. And you heard it here on the green side. And it's going to be with Africa Enterprises and the Black Mall. We're going to work on that campaign. We're going to do vote plus, and we've got some responses here.
You got Jazzy and Erica already. They going to be on the front.
Yeah, man, because we had, and we started the conversation in January. We were talking about symbolism, right, over substance. Mm-hmm. We were talking about chucks and pearls, and we could go on and on. But I think if we start something and we are proactive with it, which Cassie always keeps me on the positive side of it, instead of saying what's missing, right? Vote plus. Like, it's not enough just to vote. And what goes behind that? What are the simple things you can do to vote plus? And I think that comes into mind when we're talking about the aldermen, we're talking about these houses, we're talking about historic Chicago, and how important the Emmett Till story is to American history, but in particular Chicago history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I put in that work. I like to, my mind just went here. This is more the broader, thought process though, because all of this stuff kind of always links back to like white supremacy.
Right.
Black people in America.
Not in the palace though.
It's not happening in the palace.
It's not happening now.
Because Prince William said so.
That's what he said. He said it. It's a quote. I mean, not here.
Anywho, but I always think though, when we start to talk about taking action, it really that's what gets me excited, because it's like the antelope and the lion, right? The lion is the enemy to the antelope,
right?
The antelope ain't really much of an enemy to the lion,
not at all.
But the antelope could be sitting talking to other antelopes and be like, "Man, the lion always trying to eat us." Why you do that, man? I'm not gonna talk to him.
He tripping. And the lion is like, "Yeah, come on, talk to me.
Come on.
I wanna,
really?
Yeah, you wanna holler at me? Come on.
Just do what you need to do.
Right.
The antelope is
just
like,
be an antelope.
Hey, we going this way.
we out of here, G. Right. We out of here.
You gotta move.
Gotta run.
You have to take action.
Right.
Right? Hey, listen, I think it's a Red Bull commercial, right?
Yeah.
And about the antelopes and the lion.
Something like that. Yeah.
And I think he says, well, what's the one antelope says to the other, what's the Red Bull go do?
Man,
make me run faster than you.
Me right. Give me some wings.
No, he said
make me run faster than you.
Give me some wings.
he said, because the wings. You stuck, but I'm out.
Well, and that's a whole nother conversation, because we do that all the time too.
Yeah.
But it could just, where it could be, hey, antelope to antelope, I got 2 Red Bulls. Let's hit it.
Right. Or we can
Let's
share,
take some
or
action.
we can share this Red Bull.
We can, but now it's not as
or we can still get away though.
Yeah.
We can still get away.
Yeah. I mean, antelopes, generally are faster than the lion, I believe.
Right.
Well, he can't catch all of them.
No, you can't catch everybody.
I love that. Let's
go with vote plus. We'll work on that, because we got to do more than just show up at the ballot box, and it's
that's right.
It's super apparent, like right now, real time.
Yeah.
And what's on the ground.
Oh, and can I say this too? Jimlita Tillman put out a nice piece about it too, and she utilized her platform to speak about the houses, which I thought was so eloquently done.
Yeah,
so please look at her social media too. Oh, it's
Shout
cold.
out to Jimlita. Yeah,
it's cold.
And she's always on the ground. You know what I mean? Got that genius daughter, and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Super familiar. Genius. The King Center.
Another Beasley B.
Another Beasley B. But I've moved from being a Beasley B to a Beasley OG. I am definitely a Beasley OG. So just shout out to the B's and the OGs out there.
Believe in yourself.
Yeah, no doubt. So look, we got to take this break. I didn't get a chance to share my Emmett Till story. Maybe I'll share it on the other side of the break. But
yes,
we love you all for sticking around for the conversation. It's very important. We need you to continue to like,
comment,
and share.
That thing.
We need you to do it right now. We are coming to the end, but join us for this last half hour around the lunch table. It's Brother Sadeek
And Cassiopeia.
and we got Sister Africa Porter with us, and we'll see you on the other side.
WIIFTBPM.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
What's up, good people?
Y'all go accept my request on the page. So
Why?
I can do the
Why would we do that? Why would we do that?
I'm trying to do the survey.
Why would we let you in? Why would we let you on the? You talking about the Iswiz Book Club page? No, why would
Nah, we're gonna let you in, Ron. You need to read. I'm with that. I'm definitely put you on.
Somebody please let Ron in the Iswiz. Is it? I thought it was a public page. It's
I don't know. I don't run it.
I don't know who run. You got to talk to Shannon and Robin and.
You say what?
Y'all group private like it's something special or something.
First of all, it is something special.
ass.
Okay,
There's something special. Okay,
you know what I'm
Ron?
saying?
Then you gonna talk it again. Don't get no punishment again now.
Right, they already came in there like, look at her being nice to Ron today. It wasn't gonna last.
You always mess.
I think Asia came in like, for now, like just for a little while.
Just for a little while.
Just for a little while. Just for a little while. Somebody let that man in the page. Somebody let that man in the page, Robin. Please let him in. I said what I said. Herb 2, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
You see me, you see him, my best friend. He hold me down like ankles fighting the waves. Apply not to my crime, yeah, I do time. Till I'm with you, I'll be counting the days. Yeah, ooh, been through so many things, but we always get through. Yeah, ooh, it ain't always perfect, but it's worth it. This is deeper than the surface. If I said I didn't love you, you and I know I've been frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide and make them something, something. Like it was nothing. Ooh, so much, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy love. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy love. I never thought that I would give it to you, but now I don't think it's the time. I won't do it. I think it's cause the way you talk to me. Know how to say it without making me feel little. You're gracious even when you pop off on me. When you get done, I got a little something to drop off on you. Because you
Welcome back to the green side of things. It's your man Sadeek
And Cassiopeia.
and we have Sister Africa Porter sitting in with us today. The dope sister that she is with that hat. It is just off the chain every time we come back. I'm like, man, Africa is kicking it.
Come on now.
So listen, we need you to like,
comment,
and share.
That thing.
We need you to do it right now. Come on around this lunch table and talk with us. We have talked everything from Asian hate and racism to this house movement in Chicago, these home museums, Emmett Till in particular, but the fact that we need to be active in our communities and speak up for the things that mean something to us as a community, and not always assume that our elected officials, not that they don't understand, I think they're perfectly capable of understanding, but I think that we have to be vociferous and we have to be forceful when it is something that we desire.
Somebody spell that word right now in the comments. Spell it.
What's that?
Don't you say it vociferous?
Yeah.
Somebody spell it. Prove it to me. Prove it to me.
Tiger Lily got it. You understand?
Cassie eyes was like,
Sachi.
Ryan's so silly. What you say, Ryan?
E.O. Sachi.
Hey, listen, we got some people.
got that brother Salim Mawaki word up in there.
Come on.
Hey, Brother Salim is definitely one of my I would say virtual mentors. It's not like we sit down every day, but Brother Salim, if you don't know him, haven't heard him, when it comes to using vocabulary as a toolbox, he got them all. His toolbox is inexhaustible.
Oh, another big word.
So-
Listen, but we got coming from YouTube, we got Ludmila.
Mm-hmm.
Ludmila Muse. She spelt it. She also said, love, love, love Africa. Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. We love Africa too. And so did Sabrina Hall. She spelled it as well on the Facebook side. So we're flipping between Facebook and YouTube because we don't want to leave anybody out. So I know we're usually talking to and focusing on the Facebook audience, but YouTube, we see you and we love you out there.
And
But
shout out to Jerome. You wanted me to read his comment.
oh yeah, read Jerome's comment.
Right, because we were talking about, standing up, taking action with our aldermen and our politicians and everything.
Vote plus.
Right, doing Vote Plus. And then he says, Danny Davis and Robin Kelly will make a statement wearing their "What's in it for the white people" t-shirts. Standing behind Tammy Duckworth. Watch.
Oh my goodness.
I love it. The What's in it for the black people media audience
goes hard in the paint.
You all are some of the most well-read, plus opinionated, plus trying to be balanced, plus everything. We love it. We love it. And
well, did you all hear Don this morning?
Who?
Did you all get to see Don this morning? Don. Yeah, Dawn tweaked her. She said that she's going to come back and have a "What's in it for the light-skinned people."
Wow. Wow. What's in it for the light-skinned people? You know what? I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even going to go there. I'm going to leave it alone.
I love Dawn.
Hey, y'all not going to break me and Cassie up. I mean, hey, I'm just telling you right now, we sticking, even though. I'm just teasing.
I know, because you so dark, Sadeek.
Don't do it. Here we go with the colorism hate.
I can't.
Did you see how she did that? I take them all day long.
So
we here till Thursday.
I know, you so rich and melanin. Oh my God. You over here is such like Wesley Snipes. Can I get some of that melanin, please?
I can't.
It's the last bag of popcorn. I buy from the CMAC.
The $1,000 popcorn. I can't.
Last bag. I'm done. I'm done. Africa, I'm out of popcorn money. I have left the building. So look, y'all. Let's come into end of the show. Ryan, I definitely want your thoughts in this. Super producer. Shout out to my man. Ryan was kicking. He always kicks it, brings us in on good vibes. Y'all got to give a shout out. That's our super producer. And we want to talk about this summertime shy / COVID. And what I want to know is COVID over? And here's what I mean by that. So you got people, you can take it from an intellectual and economic standpoint. The city can't take it any longer. They have to open up. We see that the state is reducing regulations. We see that the city has gone from no capacity in bars and restaurants to quarter capacity to I think it's 50% now. Is it 50%? I don't want to overstate it.
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
I think it moved to 50%. It's 50% now. So that being said, it is right on line because we're still in March, have not crossed into April. We are right on time for this thing to be declared over July 1st. So I want to get your thoughts.
Wow.
What do you think? And so this gives times for, because I think they are now planning for a version of the Taste of Chicago. I think
The
they're
Chosen Few
reinstituting-
announced.
You said what?
Chosen Few announced it. We're doing
Chosen Few
this
is
summer.
coming back, right? I think the Hyde Park Brew Fest is coming back. I think that they're going to do the fireworks off the lake. So, y'all, is COVID over? And
We start acting up. You see what they just did to Florida? They back on curfew.
yeah, but we ain't never. Okay, yeah, I got it. But so, is it over, or is it just we got to mind our P's and Q's? What does it look like?
I think we just gotta mind our P's and Q's because the minute some event takes off and it's like big event, they gonna go right back. So we gotta shut down. Y'all did too much.
Yeah.
So how do you do that though? If it's the
Especially in summertime, shy. Black folks is at the starting line, right? Ready.
Everywhere.
Digging in their potatoes. Girls digging in their potatoes trying to get in the road. Like, ooh, I can't let me in. I got next. Zero no.
Oh, man. You're so
real
funny.
talk though. So you all put it in the comment section. I mean, we got the audience is still out there. People are commenting. James is at it again. Light skinned people have been some of the better fighters for dark skinned black people and some of our best lovers. Okay. So is COVID over?
I just don't know what to say.
I don't, and I read it, and I'm like, ooh, okay.
I want no problem.
I just don't know what to say.
I don't know what to
Okay.
say to that, Africa.
okay.
I'm gonna stay out of it. I'm
I
gonna
love
stay out
all
of
our
it.
sisters,
Let's say
all
I
the
received
colors.
that.
I received that.
All the colors.
I received that, and I want to thank
all the
all
colors.
of you light skinned people out there for fighting for me.
I can't.
Thank you,
For
Cassie.
fighting for me. I can't. I'm not doing this
I'm
today.
not with you. I'm not doing this with you today. Is COVID over? Is COVID
I'm
over?
telling you, you watched the tennis match. You not in it, okay?
That's fine. That's fine. I'm willing to referee. So anyway, I'm not even gonna go there. But thanks, James, for your input. But no, real talk, y'all. Is it? How do you all feel out there in the audience? Is it over? Is it done with? Because I've got some feelings about it. But I think between the economics, between the people, I think the people are ready to come outside. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, we'll be at herd immunity by the
know,
summertime.
See what I mean? And people don't even know
Some people
scientifically what
never
herd
stop going
immunity
outside.
really is.
That was a joke. We not gonna be there.
You have
What's
some people
herd
that never
immunity?
stop.
What'd you say, Africa?
I said there's some people who never stop. Some people have
Oh,
always
no.
been going outside. You know what I'm saying?
That's definitely real. They've been like, whatever.
That's true. Ryan
Right,
raising his hand.
right.
He's like, I never stopped.
Okay, so
Nephew.
Sissy is Sissy's Tacos. I also want to shout out Imani Muhammad, who was on here earlier.
Money bean pies. She's got a vegan bean pie, by the way. Go ahead.
She does.
Yes,
Shout
she
out.
does.
Sissy Perez and Sissy Taco says it's over.
It's over. Sissy,
Okay.
hey, those tacos are fire.
She said she been going out since day
Fire.
one. So she been one of the ones. Let's see.
So, Sissy, are you vaccinated? Let's mix the conversation up. Let's have a real talk. For those of you that have been going out, I got it, shopping every day. She's a business owner. Are you vaccinated?
Yeah.
Are you getting vaccinated? Does that help it be over? Is that automatic? My hands on goose.
I'm
vaccinated and I'm good.
Immune.
Are you?
'Cause
good?
Cassie and I-
Are you vaccinated? Are you getting vaccinated?
I think that's like religion. I don't want to discuss it. And the reason is because I think people are too emotionally attached to somebody else's choice.
Real talk.
Not to your choice.
Taking accountability
that's
for
real.
yourself.
Sissy
That's
says
real.
no, and she won't. And I love that. I appreciate it. But I think that people are emotionally attached to somebody else's choice.
They definitely are.
Not necessarily to your own. I'm like, man, if you decide in your own sovereign sphere of your body what it is you'd like to do in order to project your health and to move you forward, if the vaccine is what you feel, man, get you an appointment at the United Center, G.
What if they do this thing where they only open up Chicago to those who are vaccinated, like certain events you can only come in if you've proven that you've been.
You gotta keep your papers.
Are you going? Are you?
asking.
Hey, they got that in some places. You know, there are cruise lines that are opening saying that you cannot get on this cruise ship unless you are vaccinated.
Cruise liners hit it the hottest because that was one.
But I'm just saying,
like, listen,
it's coming.
We ain't responsible.
It's coming. There are certain places like Israel who there are grocery stores you can't go into unless you show that you are vaccinated. So I mean, this is not far off, but it's I mean, and I know some other places that you can't go into unless you're vaccinated.
This feels like X-Men.
So real talk. Real talk. So what did Sissy say?
She said no and won't. She said then we create our own.
I got it. So
it's time for our own airline.
Let's get on that. It's time for our own
that's
everything. Real. I love that. But
Yeah.
is that a melanated brown people, black people airline, or is that just a non-vaccinated airline? Like what are we? Because
make the soul.
It's just owned by us, and you don't have to have the vaccine.
But that's what I mean, because there are a lot of black people that's when they'll get an airline and still be like, you got to be vaccinated.
That's fine. That we need to have several.
That's what I'm
You got the black-owned vaccine
and the black-owned non-vaccine,
right.
and we partying on that mug. I'm just telling you right now.
And want all the cash.
We want all the cash.
All y'all can come on, white, black, Asian, Puerto Rican, whatever.
Right.
It's cool. You can be vaccinated or not.
So come on, y'all, drop them in the comments.
But,
Sissy is the one. She going off. She's like, non-vaccine, no vaccine. I've been out since day one. I'm not going. So she didn't put about 8 comments in the comment section. But what y'all think? It's between Facebook and YouTube. It's about 40 people watching us right now. We got 3 comments. What y'all, is it over? Are you coming out Chicago this summer? Are you going to the Chosen Few?
YouTube ain't saying nothing. They just watching.
Are you going to?
They like, I ain't saying nothing.
Are you going to Chosen Few? Are you going to the Hyde Park Brew Fest? Are you going to Taste of Chicago? Are you going to the 4th of July?
Yes.
Are you getting back on the Sea Dog?
Go to the Brew Fest.
You are going or not?
I gotta go because I tried to go last year or the year before last.
Uh-huh.
I missed it. Like I showed up.
Oh, that was the last one.
Gee. Brewfest, B. It rained though.
I know I was out there.
It did.
Yeah.
I was out there.
Who said
it was great.
Somebody, Michael Allen said, hell no.
Hell no to what, Mike? What's the no to? You not going? You not taking the vaccine? What's the no to? Tiger Lily, what's happening?
Sadeek,
Everybody out there.
Sadeek, what'd you say? What's the Sea Dog? What's that? Is that an event?
No, the Sea Dog is a boat that goes out from Navy Pier. And it's just a kind of a fun time.
So it's like the Beasley people. You all have a plethora of things that you guys do in the summer.
Oh, wow. I'm taking shots from everywhere today, huh? Beasley OG, that's cool. I'll take it for the Beasley people.
She got that word
plethora. She got it in her plethora. She just threw it in. Yeah, the Sea Dog, right? Yeah. Like I didn't.
But the plethora was more of a Whitney Young dolphin thing. The plethora was more of a Whitney Young, dolphin thing.
No, it's really not. But it's cool. It's cool. What the splash water? Yeah. Look, what did Tammy Lamb say?
Tammy said, I have seen the lean haul effects of COVID, so I got it right away.
She got it right. Shout out, Tammy. So that's what I'm talking about.
What does lean haul mean?
She said probably the long haul. It's probably a typo. But
got it.
But what I'm saying is she made a decision based on her health condition. And so I love that, and shout out to you for taking your health into your own hands.
Who got that song? Is this the Dungeon Family? If you scared, say you scared. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Mike, Taste the Vegan. We're working on that right now.
And do what you need to do to protect yourself.
We're working on the Taste the Vegan right now and making a decision on whether we're coming out with it this year. So I appreciate that.
And let me say this too. And I think for some people who aren't taking the vaccine, it doesn't mean that we're not doing what we think or those people aren't doing what they think to protect themselves. It just looks different.
Absolutely.
Now, I have a question.
Come on with it.
So I was looking through just COVID statistics.
COVID too.
Shut up.
In certain areas.
I was looking up COVID statistics worldwide just to see where we were at. Right?
Where we is.
Those numbers. Like the numbers are like way down like they were back, like in the very beginning before it spiked. And then I was looking at all the different countries who had like the largest numbers. Of course, the U.S. is at the top. And then I was looking through all of the other countries. And, of course, Africa, if they're on there in small numbers.
Right.
So then I also saw Israel on there. And Israel had literally like, I think it had 800,000 cases, but only 6,000 deaths.
Right.
As opposed to other countries who had 800,000 cases, but like 70,000 deaths. Right. So then, I thought about the vegan community. Was it Desdemona? Desdemona in Israel. And I was like, okay, is all of Israel vegan? Like, what type of food do they eat there? Because with the other countries who had the same amount of cases, what's making their deaths be dramatically lower than those other countries?
Well, so let's be clear and let's be honest. Even with the community in Dimona, they have cases where people we're talking about succumbing to it. So there have been cases of COVID, but there have been no one has succumbed to it, because again, it's like an upgraded part of the flu. Yeah. Right. So you're going to catch it. But in Israel specifically, Israel is also per capita has the highest level of veganism in the world, black or white. And they also eat what's called the Mediterranean diet. So if you were to go out on the streets in Israel, right, in that area, Jordan and surrounding and all that, right, if you were to go out in the streets, you'll find fresh vegetables and fresh fruit the same way we find processed bags and chips. Right. So not that they don't have it, right, because there definitely are processed foods, chips, and those things, but there's also the availability. There's a falafel stand or falafel cart in Israel, and the pickles are fresh, the lettuce is fresh, the tomatoes are fresh, right? Falafel is chickpeas, right? Yes. And so, fried chickpeas or rolled baked chickpeas. So it's just a different diet altogether.
Dope. So again, well, I guess I got my validation.
Animal free April.
I was just like, that is another way to protect yourself. And so there's all different types of ways. And if the different ways that people protect themselves, if one person doesn't agree with it, then keep your distance.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's we were talking about that earlier. We want to be able to disseminate and have disseminate the information and have the discussion in a responsible manner, so that we're taking in what we're supposed to take in and then making the right choices. So for me, it's not a question of whether you are a vaxxer or an anti-vaxxer. The question is making the best decision for your. To me, it's about vaccine choice.
Nice.
And I don't think we're having that conversation. Your right to choose with your body, my right to choose with my body, and then not being vaccine shamed, whether I take it or not.
Yeah. And whether you flip your hat so wonderfully like Africa or not. Because you just did that, girl.
Did she flip it? I missed it because I was all in my, Did Africa flip the hat on us? I know she did. So Africa, we want to give you the last words. We're going to wrap up. And guys, we're going to continue these conversations. I want to say off top, as I always do, I want to thank Sister Africa Porter. I don't know where the time goes. She is a superstar in the community. She helped us actually get this show off the ground. I'm going to pay my homage and my dues to Sister Africa, because she picked the phone up that morning too. Africa, when you pick the phone up from Sadeek, it says, Cassie say there's some work coming on the other side of the call. And I just want to appreciate you for continuing to pick up the phone. Yeah. So I'm going to give you the last words.
Thank you. Now, I love y'all, and I appreciate you both. And I think time is so important. The fact that we came together and had this time together, what I'm saying? Dawn said something earlier on the show, and it got real deep. And it was simple yet important. She said something like, the fact that we're able to be protected You know, we don't know what God has protected us from before we even got to the studio, before we got to where we are doing the work that we do. We don't know how we were protected in the car ride before we got home last night. You know what I mean? So in that kind of energy and space, I think time is so important. I want to close with a piece that my parents taught me about time. I only have a minute, only 60 seconds in it. Forced upon me, can't refuse it. I didn't seek it, I didn't choose it. But it's up to me to use it, give account if I abuse it. Just a tiny little minute, but eternity is in it. Thank you all for the time, for allowing me to be on this show. Nephew Ron, I see you every morning. You're doing your thing. I love you. And Brother Sadeek, Sister Cassie, big old hugs. I love y'all so much.
Love you.
To our viewing audience, we love you. We'll see you Thursday. And always stay on the green side of things. And don't forget to vote plus. We'll see you Thursday.
Woo!
Peace.
WIFTDP